So this is my solution trying to solve the issue of crossfading between scatter instrument sounds and making them fade into each other a bit better. My issue is that if I have like a long list of procedural dialogue stuff, I just have these placeholder sounds. They either play, if you set the polyphony high, they play on top of each other, all the tails of them, or if you set it low, you get some of them cutting out without any fade. So it's kind of becomes a bit of a mess, or because it becomes too abrupt. I'll just demonstrate. So this is. So you can hear that it cuts out the previous voice sometimes, especially if you go to it like fast. It's not super smooth. And if we set the polyphony higher, you can hear that they stack on top of each other. So it starts sounding more like several voices rather than one. Sorry about this silly example, but we do silly stuff. So my workaround is to have, instead of playing sounds, I use a scatter instrument to just set a parameter. So every time the scatter instrument plays, this parameter play dialogue bit is set to 1, but then it has velocity, so it immediately goes back to 0 again. But that makes it play a sound here in the parameter sheet for this multi-instrument. So you might think this is just taking up all the place, but if you zoom in really close, you can see this multi-instrument goes all the way up and stops right before 1. So you can hear. Sorry, I just need to mute this. So if I set this to 1, it plays one sound. But the cool thing about this is that you can put an envelope on this multi-instrument, and the release time will be tricked every time this parameter is set to 1. So every time you play a new sound using this parameter, the previous one will fade out. And because I have the scatter instrument set the parameter, it's super easy to use stuff like spawn rate and minimax spawn interval to tweak the setting of the dialogue. So I can just play how it sounds. It's not a perfect crossfade, but it's pretty decent. I also have just a bit of attack time on here. And if we had no release, it would I have this as a macro here. It would be choppy like this. So this becomes way too much, so we can just tweak it so it just gives a nice fade. Just a fun thing for video game dialogue. So you could also do like fun stuff, maybe automate the spawn rate with an LFO. So it sometimes goes super fast. Yeah, so just an idea to get sort of cross-threading, which I've done in Wise, but there wasn't like an obvious way to do it in FMOD, so this was the best I could come up with. Thank you.